Something in the neighborhood, the neighborhood. I'll be damned. Here comes that ghost again. But that's not unusual. It's just that the moon is full. And you decided to call. And here I sit, hand on the telephone, hearing that voice I know a couple of light years ago, headed straight for the fall. Yeah, we both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Sitting in a hotel over Washington Square. Oi, what's good? Go. Oh, Gatorade. What's good, tribe? What's good? For those of you that it applies to, happy Father's Day. That's right, John McHugh. That's good. I'm glad. You know what I mean? It's the worst prison in Cal. When you say the worst prison, I mean, there's so many different ways you're asking what's the worst is. Like, fucking, what's the most active prison? What's the most fucking, like, the cops are shitty and fucking treat you bad? It's hot as fuck. You got no amenities. I mean, what's your question? You must be in a good mood, right? So, yeah, I'm in an all right mood. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't I be? One of my kids wished me a happy Father's Day. Right? Appreciate that, Major. Appreciate that. Let's see. Who's that? Man, life's all right. You know what I mean? Life's fucking what did I make it? That's what it is. So, I wanted to do a reading today from, it's not always just for today. I mean, I do read out of that every day. So, listen, life must be understood from moment to moment, right? So life is something for which there is no answer. It must be understood from moment to moment. The answer we find inevitably conforms to the pattern of what we think we know, right? Like, this is some deep shit, man. I've always gotten into Bruce Lee's theories. He was way ahead of his time, if you think about it. It's a shame that both him and his son were taken out like that. It's pretty shitty. Let's see. Some of this stuff is probably too heavy for some people, and some, like for me, so I probably read a library's worth of books in the joint, to start off with, and I wasn't very educated when I went there. I never graduated from anything, and, no diplomas or nothing like that. And so I basically was self-taught to read and all that shit, realistically. I mean, I was just a wild teen fucking, I had the basics down, and, so I would put together words by how the sentence would go, and then I'd figure out what the word meant by that way. And then, eventually I had a dictionary. And then when I went to law library, I was, anyway, words were big for me. And I still trip up on them because I'm a Sherm head. We were all wild teens. Yeah, we were all wild teens, right, Diana? Hey, by the way, Diana, I appreciate you. You're always there, Cindy's Journey, what's good? Anyway, things are cool with Miss Harriet, by the way. I love when that's going down like that. What was I lying about? I forgot. Oh yeah, so like I was basically self-taught. As a lot of people are in the joint, do not read or write or anything like that, and you'll hear them say it right at fucking reception. They'll be like, "Fucking, hey, bro, I don't know how to read." Just like. You may as well just say it because you're not the only one in the car that doesn't do that. So I remember when I got to Tracy, I had to take a test to see what my my grade level was for, to determine whether I was going to have a job or I was going to go to school. And so you guys remember that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Let me tell you, man. But they're also studying that shit every day, whereas we haven't thought about that or studied any of that shit for a long time, right? Come on, give me some kind of excuse here, guys, because I definitely was not smarter than a fifth grader. I came in right around a fourth grade, everything, when I first got to prison, and thank God I had time to sit in a cell and fucking read. You know what I mean? Thank God for a lot of things. Thank God for a lot of things, man. Starting with my freedom today, starting with my thought process, my thinking pattern, and my ability to rely on something stronger than myself. You go. I did my time all over the place, but 9 different pens. Back then there was only, I think when I went to prison, there was I think there was 9 penitentiaries, and now there's 31 pens with so many different yards. It's not even funny. It's big business. It's full of smart people. No, it's absolutely full of smart people. Very talented people. Very man, some of the best people I've ever met were in prison, man. Fucking usually. There are people who can't control their emotions, for starters, Gano, thank you. There are people that can't control their emotions, so, they end up punching holes in someone, they end up pulling the trigger, they end up doing a lot of things. It's full of people that are wanting to impress somebody, impress a girl, impress a homie, impress whatever, and they never get to impress anyone again. Except for inside, and they usually get to impress all the way to the top until they're stuck in the back, which, as most of you guys may know, there is no more back. Google did take over Webster's, didn't it? There is no more back. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's walking the line now, the magician. I like that name. So the tallest guy I seen in prison, I don't know, probably damn near close to 7 feet. I wasn't going to walk up and ask him how tall he was. There's people from all over in California prison. Come on, man. There are people from all over come to California. So people, come on probation or come on vacation, leave on probation, parole, whatever. It's just how it is. Anyway, every time I get on a subject, you guys know I go over here and start reading this. I start reading this, and then I get lost. So I'm going to stick to the subject until I finish, and then I'll go over here and smart reading this. So 37, you guys, some dropped off. All right. It's full of people that can't control their emotions. They want to impress somebody. Not everybody was just born to lose tattooed on their forehead and fucking, ended up in prison. There's some people that just have no morals, no ethics, no nothing, possibly because of the way they were raised or whatnot. Possibly not, possibly just the opposite. They were fighting against whatever, and ladies, to you, that have been fathers, man, salute to you guys, it's a rough job, being mom and dad. So, I just want to give you guys all a big salute on that. Man, I'm craving barbecue right now. I don't know why. Any thoughts on Savage Studios? Is that Savage, the guy that said fuck the whatever? Is that who you're talking about? That's right, John McHugh. Believe that. So while they're signing your paycheck, pick us up some barbecue and shoot over, bud. So fried eggs, dirt. So yeah, like I said, prisons are full of data everywhere. You'll see the same thing repeatedly. Usually the savages that end up in the back really don't know how to behave. And there's a lot of mental illness going on. There's a lot of mental illness. And if you didn't have mental illness when you got there, go spend some time in fucking AdSeg or the SHU and tell me about non-mental illness when you get out. it would be so quiet in there. I remember on the 7,000th floor on the submarine door one cell, they would shut everything down and they'd shut that fucking door in the window. There's a lip on the bottom for the door, and it's dark as fuck. They beat my ass and put me in there, and they shut off the lights for, I'm guessing, a week by meals. You know what I mean? I was going by how many meals I had eaten, but for an entire week, the lights were off in there, and it was a friggin' nightmare, man. Had to find my way to the toilet. Had, everything I had to do was in the dark, and I mean pitch black dark, and you would start to hear things, see things. It was not cool, Man, thinking back on that, was so fucked up. That's when I bombed on a sheriff at Medium North. I had a bad day at court, and appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna that's working towards that barbecue, man. Millennial. Did you see my comment about discrimination? No, man. I'm not getting into all that shit right now. All right. So anyway, hey Sandman, do me a favor. Fucking ixnay that John Dougherty, bro. Anyway, what was I fucking, oh yeah, so they had put me in there for, I'm guessing, a week. They did bring me meals. I got fed, but the lights stayed off for an entire week, and every move that I made, I had to, I got to where I knew how many steps it was to the toilet. You'd figure it out. You always figure it out. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at in life, you're going to figure it out, man. You know what I mean? Because you can't just lay down and die. Trust me. I've wanted to a million times. You just can't. If you don't get up and keep pushing, like, you got to tell yourself all the time, get up, man, fucking do this, and especially in there when you're, my boy, I wished him a happy fucking Father's Day. He's been down for a minute now, and his kids are down there, they're adults, man, they're coming up on 30s now, and, he's been there for like 24 years or something right now. And, some days I'm sure he just fucking doesn't look forward to getting up and pushing for what? The same fucking bullshit. So picture this, Groundhog Day, every fucking day. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Every fucking day, man. The same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And saying hi to the same people that you couldn't stand yesterday, you're saying hi to today, and you're fucking showing them love and respect because they got your back, and while they got your back, just keep in mind, when they don't got your back, that means they're trying to put something in your back, possibly tomorrow, maybe today. It depends, like the fucking, it's a wild ass fucking junior high school, whatever you want to call it, not the place to be, man. Unless you just never want to grow up mentally, and you're okay with being told what you're eating, fucking how you're eating, when you're shitting, where you're shitting, when you're showering. That was the worst, man. Yeah. All right, Ryan. Got you, bud. So, like, it's the worst just being told what to do every fucking day, man. Cuffing up to shower. Why bother? Fucking just shower yourself. Fucking same program. Get up in the morning, work out, fucking bird bath, clean the cell, bam. Maybe do the same thing in the afternoon. It may be the very same thing in the afternoon that you're doing, I'm picking up my boy Otter this week. I'm going to do an interview with him. He got at me through Messenger, and so we were in the joint together, and he had pointed something out, and I had to take care of something, man. And if he hadn't seen that, I wouldn't have known about it, and I would have just, it would have been another day. But my Sully got coffee from somebody he shouldn't have got it from, and I hit him up for some, and he gave it to me. And homeboy seen it and knew where that coffee came from, and it became an issue. And one thing led to another. So when he gets out, I'm not entitled to a halfway house because of my crime. Like fucking, they don't put violent offenders in a halfway house. Even high control parole, nothing. They're not going to put you in a halfway house back then. You weren't halfway house eligible. And right there at Hollywood and Vine, they ended up letting me rent there, believe it or not. They gave me 25% of my paycheck. It was like a basic same setup, but I wasn't considered a resident of the halfway house. So anyway, whatever they figured out. But so I see him. The first day I get there, my institutional pops is there. I'm like, no shit, man. Life's going to be good right now, But he was paroling in like 2 days. I'm like, fucking, what's up, rabbit? Fucking, he's like, damn, son. Like he always called me son. Fucking, anyway, good dude. Love the dude to death. Anyway, he paroles in like 2 days and does what he does. He's back in the joint. He got back in the joint for like, I think they gave him like 9 years this time for petty with the prior. They were just getting sick of his shit. And they gave him like 9 or 14 years. I don't remember what it was. But, they're done with people fucking around. And during these times when crimes are, nobody's really going to jail per se for possessions or whatever they're not sending you to jail for, just trust and believe that those crimes are starting to build up in your fucking, on your record, so that so that one day, like when the laws are going to change again, trust and believe, all that shit's going to hit you. Like they used to have what they call the little bitch and the big bitch, which was habitual criminal, career criminal, I believe they call it, little bitch, big bitch. 15 and 25 was the deals, that was the deals, 15 to 25, 15 or 25. If you got the little bitch, it was 15 years. If you got the big bitch, it was 25 years. So, and that was from just cases building up, Yeah, actually it was. First issue it came from J73 was the cops, because I walked out of the fucking chow hall doing that, fucking whatever. I don't even recognize that I'm doing it. But this cop fucking gave me he's all, hey, come here, get against the wall, starts sweating. He's all, you tell me to fuck you or something? I'm like, what? He goes, I heard you doing that with your mouth. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And the other thing they hate is, I hate that at the chow hall table too. That's not acceptable. No, there's all kind. Look, man, when you do any length of time, you're going to have good times. You're going to have bad times. You know what I mean? Like Sunday mornings were the same for me at Tracy, get up, get the hot plate going. Fucking, I'd buy my little vegetables and shit that I was going to hook up, make breakfast burritos in the cell. And man, I just get the whole cell just smelling bomb, get the whole tier smelling bomb. And we'd kick back, we'd be playing Muddy Waters or, some kind of blues music. My cellie was a chalker, so he would, draw with chalk. And he was badass, man. So he'd make an ugly motherfucker like me look good, teeth sparkling and shit. And he got $50 a whack, fucking a paper or 5 caps of weed. So a cap of weed back then was fucking a toothpaste cap full. They went for $10. I don't know what they're going for now, but anyway, that was a cap of weed. You get 5 caps, $50. Paper was $50. So tobacco became the next big byproduct, man. Now tobacco and phones. I just sent a bunch of phones to. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, phones are the new deal. Phones and tobacco. top shelf money, $1,000 a can, anywhere from 8 to fucking 2,000 a phone. It's crazy, man. So, and then what? You pay $50 for a month. So, what can I say, Carter? You know, is that what he's doing? I never seen the dude. People tell me all the time he's clowning you about. I don't care. You know, I mean, I just don't care. I've seen that he painted himself black, trying to look like Herc. I thought that was pretty disrespectful, but I don't pay attention to those guys. I learned back with what's his name, Big Sid. You know, I actually watch Big Sid from time to time because that dude had me heated, man. I wanted to figure out how to fly out there. You know what I mean? I contacted a lawyer, all kinds of shit, and then I find out he's a comedian, man. I was like, this motherfucker, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I went so far as to trick him into figuring out how to find out where he's at. Have my girl say she thought he was funnier and shit. You know, we want to send him money on PayPal. How do we do that? So usually people, their right names are on there. Not necessarily, but, you know, they have their right names, or like I use it anyway. People, you could figure out where people are by shit like that, you know? So I was fucking heated at that dude. And then I find out he's a comedian, you know? At that point I started watching and going, all right, man, you know, I just got at him respectfully and said, hey, bud, you know, I mean, I lost all this time of my life over fucking the word child molester, the act of a child molester. I'd appreciate it if you didn't put my name and those two together, you know, that's all I'm asking. And he was respectful, took the videos down, and, you know, like I said, I watch his shit. I think he's funny. And I appreciated him taking him down, you know. He was tearing up fucking Lance for a minute, you know. I seen them talking on one of his videos the other day. So I guess they're good, you know. So let me grab a light. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So where's the farthest we got in here? So like what country do we got on here? Right? Sid's talented. He is. You know what I mean? Like, it took me a second to realize that him and hi guys, this is Dan. You know what I mean? Like, they're the same character. You know, it took me a second to realize that. Harriet pointed it out, and I'm usually pretty observant to all that shit. It was crazy. Yeah, no kidding, GB Games. It was crazy. It's, you know, we were just talking about that on the way over here. Not so much Laurel Canyon, but up towards Acton, the railroad tracks, you know, going in that cave up the tunnel up there, fucking pitch black, and then going in up there when the train comes, it's just scarier than hell. So, oh yeah, I fully think Sid's funnier than shit, you know. It's just I didn't know he was a comedian. I thought he was being disrespectful, and I fucking usually that shit didn't get to me. I've learned over time not to let it get to me. The channel, you know, it's full of hurt people, you know what I mean? It's full of a bunch of PCs behind a PC trying to bang on people. So I just feel bad for them anymore. You know, that they're that broken that they got to fucking say something foul to someone else. Like, how can my fucking beard affect somebody else, man? It just blows me away. You know what I mean? Like, your world is so fucked up. You got to pay attention to my beard and be upset about it. You know, shave that shit. Oh, fucking come on, man. People kill me. So, who do they run with? They fucking run everything. So, they run themselves. They run with themselves, man. Just like everyone else. He has 4 characters. Yeah, the cop and Dan, Sid, and some preacher dude. Now he's got like 5 characters, I believe. Anyway, your beer offends you, right, Silas? Kills me. Thank you, my boy. By the way, I got some masks. Wait, what did I send her? I think I sent her some printed masks, some cards. I haven't sent her a shirt yet. budget's funny till what's today, 21st. So I just went and bought like $50 worth of stamps because I was sending out the face masks, and that shit started adding up. Certain places it was $3.80 a mask to send, and other places it was $1.40. So no shit, they get offended over anything, man. Like that's why I just quit letting shit bug me. I mean, you got to have thick skin anyway, because otherwise you want to kill everybody inside. Fucking, I can't stand that dude. Usually if somebody says I can't stand that dude, you pay attention to him though all the time, man, because he's going to do something to get you tripped up, get you fucked up, so it's a chess game, man. Fucking make your move first. I'm a make your move first guy. So as I was telling you, I picked my boy Otter up, took him to an NA meeting, and this dude's sharing about some way out shit he should not have been sharing about in a room full of convicts. He's talking about he's sitting in a closet watching his niece and his nephew playing games, and he's doing some way out shit to himself, if you get what I'm saying. And I looked at Otter and I'm like, all right, man, that's enough. You know what I mean? You guys need to take that shit to your fucking therapist. This ain't the spot for that. I mean, I was being rude and interrupting the meeting, getting them to kill it. You know what I mean? Like, save that shit, man. He just kept digging that grave. And you could tell all the women were just uncomfortable. And dude was just oblivious to the world, man. So me and my boy walk out to him on Hollywood Boulevard, of all places. There's 2 motorcycle cops less than a half a football field away. And I tell him, hey, bud, come here for a minute. He's all, yeah, what's up? Oof. Tried to put a sleeper on him, didn't put him to sleep, but just commenced beating the bark off him, stomping him out. Otter's stomping him out with me, and he's trying to crawl under a newspaper thing. Otter keep going, man, you ain't gonna fit, bud. You know what I mean? You should have just kept your mouth shut. Bam. So that was his first NA meeting out here on the streets. So I didn't always go for the right reasons, in the beginning, I went for skirt and, whatever, terrorizing people. I didn't care, whatever. So, no, yeah, I feel you, Diane, So, Deanna, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that was his first NA meeting. And then the following week, he's like, man, I ain't going back to that meeting. Fucking the cops don't know where we're at, like, don't sweat it, bro, fucking. And you can't miss him, a skin with long hair, you know what I mean? Like, straight out of the 80s, stuck there. Anyway, I ain't going back to that meeting. I ain't going back to the meeting. And you can't miss either one of us. I got a straight devil T, bald head, sizable, whatever. So if somebody were to describe us, we would have been found in a second. Anyway, like a quarter of the way in the meeting, after they're doing the readings, they go, and we'd like to thank housekeeping for cleaning up things around here. And they said my name and old boy's name, man. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, man. So all these people knew exactly what had happened, we weren't talking about it, but I guess other people seen us. So I should go into acting. Okay. Florida. What's up with you guys down there, man? Just fucking with you. Nah, yeah, for sure. So what's that kid that was trolling? He's on JD's channel, Prison Talk Raw. I think his name's, I was going to say Whack, but that's that white crip. Anyway, he was trolling for BLM, and, all these white women are like, fucking, I apologize for being white. And, I guess he's been attempted to been beat up a bunch of times, and he has no political views. He doesn't believe in any of what he's doing. I mean, he believes in the clowning part, the trolling part of it, but he doesn't believe in any politics whatsoever. So that's subject to change, Michael Weinstein. That's subject to change, man. Like High Desert was probably the most fucking treacherous prison for a minute, man, but it had also just opened. So there was all kinds of rebar on the yard. There was fucking fencing. There was heat everywhere. Now, every time a new prison opens, keep in mind, territories have to be established, so those of you that come rolling into a penitentiary that's established, be grateful, because it took some other motherfuckers to establish that area. Let me assure you that, so everybody's always shooting for the best area, right? Right. So I told you I was fucking with you, my boy. So, the shade spot, where the water fountain is. I mean, you're trying to figure out areas, and you don't stop on a 4-yard, on a 3-yard. You don't stop in another racist fucking area. Now, they're part of the track. You could walk that part of the track. You just don't stop. You don't stop to tie your shoelace. You don't stop to do anything. You keep pushing. You wait until you're in your area to stop and tie your shoe. The freeway's open, but you don't make any kind of move other than that. So, right? Sandman all over the place, huh? So he said maybe. Anyway, ask Sandman when Opie's dropping. We're dropping the last of Opie. I guess he was waiting on some film, so you guys had some footage of what was going on. It's going to be good. Don't miss it. Keep in mind the kid been to the joint and all that. He's been active. Some of the places he's been, he told me where he's been. I know that they're non-fuck around facilities. Generally, most prisons are. You know what I mean? Play around, fuck around. Pretty soon you won't be around. These are our mottos, So absolutely, there's no doubt that Fed inmates are different than state inmates, for sure. There's no question about it. Yeah, that's crazy. So, what was I talking about? Fucking Shermhead. Anyway. So yeah, he did. He had his state ID. He had all that stuff, bro. I generally ask to see what they do have, of course. I just don't want somebody coming, especially on Patreon, and putting out a story that isn't true. You know what I mean? Like, especially on here, because this is what leads to Patreon, and I that's where I put the violence, man. I don't fucking put that shit on here. This is a positivity channel. It's not a prison channel either, just so everybody knows. I don't consider my channel a prison channel. So I get thrown into the genre of it, but I consider my channel an all over the place channel. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, what's the tribe want to hear? Generally, some people are stuck, man. Fucking PTSD is affecting them, whatever is affecting them to where they get down. Fucking the lighting in it. So, hang on. There we go. Sometimes people just want to hear a positive word, So, speaking of which, maybe I'll do that away. Here we go. January 31st, trust. Just for a day, I will have faith in someone in NA who are in the program who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. Basic text, page 93. Learning to trust is a risky proposition. Our past experiences using addicts has taught us that companions could not be trusted. Most of all, we couldn't trust ourselves. Now that we're in recovery, trust is essential. We need something to hang on to, believe in, and give us hope. In our recovery, for some of us, the first thing we can trust is the words of other members sharing in the meetings. We feel the truth in their words. Finding someone we can trust makes it easier to ask for help. And as we grow to trust in their recovery, we learn to trust our own. Just for today, I will decide to trust someone. I will act on that trust. Like the channel, I asked somebody to come on, I hear their story or whatever, and I get a lot of people from the program. Obviously, they share their story, and I'm like, man, that's heavy shit. You know what I mean? And now you're pushing forward. You got a job. My boy Greg drove down here, so check it out. He did 18 years. He had like $70,000 worth of fucking child support, man. And for the first 3 years, he was sofa surfing because every time he went to child support. His sponsor was like, man, you got to pay this off. So he went, got a deduction or whatever, and everything he was, he's living on people's couches. And for 3 years he did that, and he paid that shit off, man. That's fucking warrior right there, eating top ramen still. I don't know about you guys, but I won't touch a top ramen. Will not touch a top ramen, man. Not eating it in any way, shape, or form. So, that many years of top ramens, man, I'm over it. I did like the canned roast beef. You could hook some meals up in there, that's for sure. They've gotten a lot more inventive over the years. Some of that shit looks like I wouldn't touch, and it's probably okay, for where you're at. Your palate, you get so bland. You're thinking all this food you're going to fuck up when you get out, and your palate is accustomed to just such bland meals that your stomach gets fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, you start adding all these seasonings and all that shit, and food that actually tastes, top ramen will kill you, believe that. Food that actually tastes decent or has some taste to it, it fucks your body off in the beginning. I remember when I got to Delano, I don't know, I think it had been like 3 months, no coffee, no nothing, no tobacco, no nothing. Coming from the county, I went back to Delano is where it was, yeah. And dude had a can of tobacco on the nightstand, on the fucking, where you on the desk, whatever, and a jar of Folgers. And I was like, hey man, can I roll one? Can I fucking make one? He's like, yeah, handle it. 5 minutes later, I was stuck on the shitter with bubble gut. My head was spinning, and I was like, whoa, fucking just coffee and tobacco fucked me off. So anyway, paid child support too, huh? Health insurance, court costs, I never missed a payment. That's right, man. That's commendable, like, that's commendable, man. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to come on here, wish you guys all a happy Father's Day. To the mothers too that are being fathers, happy Father's Day to you as well. I'm going to bring this to a close because I'm trying to figure out how to get some barbecue and possibly go see my girl. So I'm hoping to be moving back home tonight. So we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Anyway, you guys, what can I say, man? I appreciate you. Appreciate yourselves, Appreciate yourselves. Treat yourselves right, man, for sure. No one else is gonna. Keep that in mind. No one else is gonna. So, Silas, thank you. I'll be talking to you soon, my boy. Right? So, you guys have a pleasant day, man. I don't know what to tell you, because I know this. Until we teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. Keep that in mind. It's totally the truth. And don't let your financial worth dictate your self-worth, man. Like right now, I'm pretty much busted, disgusted, not to be trusted, and I paid for this room till Thursday. I tried to get rebate back on it, so whatever. That's not happening anyway. But just because I'm broke doesn't mean that I can't feel good about myself with what I do in society. Staying out of self will take you a long way. That's all I can tell you. I can only tell you what I know from experience. When I was selfish, self-centered, inconsiderate, dishonest, and afraid of the whole world, everything was fucked up. I'm still all those things, except for now I know how to control certain things. I can hold the door open. Harriet tells me all the time, there's no finish line. There's no finish line. I'm always in a rush. There's no finish line. And all right, right now she's right, man. Usually we're all in a fucking hurry, trying to get here, trying to get there. Ain't even got a job right now, but trying to get here, trying to get there. And for what? To hurry back up and get home to what? Watch Law and Order or something? Come on. She's right. She's right about a lot of things. She's a very smart girl. To me, she's the apple of my eye. She's very beautiful, man. To me, she's just beautiful. So, with that said, I'm gonna look forward to trying to get over there and put some barbecue sauce on her, maybe. So, you guys, please enjoy the rest of the day. Tomorrow starts the work week for those that are fortunate enough to be working. Man, be grateful you get to go to work tomorrow too. Trust and believe that. Appreciate you, my boy. Gino Sotelo 1. Appreciate you. So, yeah, man. Some of you guys get to go to work tomorrow, whereas someone said something like, I got to go to work tomorrow. And I go, man, lucky you, and I think he stopped and he's like, oh, yeah, maybe I am lucky, like at least your mortgage is going to get paid this month, the rent's going to get paid. So with all that said, you guys, oh my God. And, Cindy's, thank you. Appreciate you. You've been riding too. I do notice when I'm going through the comments who's who and what's what. I don't always go through the comments. Sometimes I have other people do it. I just want you guys to know that you're appreciated, man, and we do pay attention. And the only reason someone else does it sometimes is because I'm busy and I want to find out if there's any content in there that you guys want. If you haven't checked out Patreon, go check it out, man. That's where the stories are. Some of you guys are wanting, my story's on there from the beginning. It's hard to sit and relive all that shit at times. So sometimes I take a break on the whole version of, my story. I will tell other stories, but sometimes I just need a break from that. I already lived it once, and it wasn't fun the first fucking time around. So, Jägermeister disappear. Yeah, I used to make some Jägermeister homemade disappear. I was thinking about that too, man. All the people that drinking that fucking Pruno, man. I remember how fucked up my stomach would get. Inhaling the gas, drinking shit that's been stuffed in a toilet. Then again, you could eat off my toilet, that's for sure. You could eat off that mofo. You know what I mean? I had nothing to do but clean that shit every single day. Do that, my boy. Do that. Hit me up there, And for those of you that want to get at me, P.O. Box 572-875, Tarzana, California, 91357. And for those of you that want to get at me, San Fernando Valley, all over the place, see. Oh, the masks. I got tons of masks, you guys. I like these thick ones. I just don't like shipping them. I want $3.80 a piece. So, yeah, right now these are just the ones I got here, So they're actually pretty cool because you could breathe. It's got breathing spot to where you can still breathe. I like that. Got the Badgers heavy hitters. We got a few in red. So And then there's all kinds of other ones. Like I said, Daniel's wife, she did a badass job of West Side, Big Bird, West Side Sesame Street. You know what I mean? He's banging tough. Posters are coming. They're going to be like auctioned off to help with the bed, man. Like anything helps right now. Let's just say that, obviously, you know. The new kid that's in there, he doesn't seem too eager. I don't see him lasting too long, to be honest with you. That's not where my hopes are. My hopes are definitely that he lasts, you know. I just don't see it, though. And I've been doing this for a minute now, so let's hope I'm wrong, huh? Let's just hope I'm wrong. You know, because if you haven't gotten into that book while you're desperate, you know, you're not going to do a proper 4-step. You know, it's just how it is. If you're not desperate, why would you fucking put in all that hard work? And that hard work means digging in here to figure out why we, whatever it is you do, you know. It's a fucking spiritual malady, man. You know, like it took a lot for me to figure that out. And I wouldn't have bought into that a long time ago, but it's definitely a spiritual malady. You know, we're all missing something in here that we want to feel good. So trust and believe that, Silas. There are people keeping an eye on them. In fact, it's just one eye keeping an eye on everyone in that house. I love that program over there, man. You know, sometimes when I'm feeling broken myself, I think about going back just for the camaraderie, you know. It's pretty cool, you know. You hate it in the beginning. What do you mean I can't go nowhere for 30 days without a big brother or whatever? So, fuck that. I'm a grown adult. Well, then burn rubber, motherfucker. The door's open from the inside here. Quit your bitching. Make your fucking bed, get in the book, and do some step work. Pretty simple. You know, I mean, that's how it was laid out to me. So, you don't eat pouches of tuna ever again, huh? It smells like a bad date. So, you know, like people, I'm going to push this too. People that aren't even addicts should probably look into the step work, man, and fucking figure out maybe why their lives going the way they're going, you know. Best thing I ever do is cracking that book open and reading it. So, indeed they do. Geez, so, I told you the Jews run everything, man. So anyway, guys, you know, thank you for your time. Thank you for your thumbs up. Oh, damn, 48, 49 people. I guess we're doing good. You know, so I'll holler at you guys soon. Sandman, give me a call on a few when you got a few. Other than that, see, it took me 25 fucking minutes just to get off this thing saying goodbye to you guys, huh? So, that's you, Diana? Well, then crack it open. I'm a magician. What are you talking about, man? And of course, we're treated great, bro. What do you mean? I'm a magician, man. So put some barbecue food in front of me right now and watch that shit disappear, you know? Anyway, guys, thank you for your time. P.O. Box 572-875, Tarzana, California, 91357. Don't forget to check out Patreon if you're interested in some good stories, man, you know? Maybe everyone should go over and throw Big Herc a big happy Father's Day, too, you know? He's got some fish. He's got a beautiful stepdaughter. You know, I'm pretty sure that's where the line draws. But and you guys all know that the bot shit wasn't me, right? I don't even know what they are still to this second. But anyway, 10 steps. Nah, you gotta work 1 and 3 to get to 13. You gotta finish them both. You know. I don't suggest working 13 until after you finish 12, though. You know, 1 through 12 will get you to 13. And 13 usually gets people back to step one, no, unfortunately. But that's right. That's right, Silas. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time. Enjoy your weekend, all that fun stuff, and we'll talk at you soon, huh? With respect, Badger. Sounds good, Stephen. Sounds real good. Anyway, deuces.